Well, the risk of injury in football is high, but student athletes are more susceptible to concussions. And that's why teams in the Greater Spokane League are required to test their athletes before they even hit the field. KXY4's Alyssa Donovan working for you with how this test is helping athletes with concussions. Alyssa?
Well, Nadine, there are a lot of preventative measures that these high school football teams take to help keep their players as safe as possible from head injuries. They wear special top-of-the-line helmets. They even go through training to learn the correct techniques on how to tackle to better prevent head injuries. But even so, there are still concussions, and that's why the Greater Spokane League has another tool to help keep those players safe. It's America's favorite sport, but it also causes thousands of concussions every year.
The physical activity and the camaraderie and the value of sport, it's such a positive thing. But again, we need to make it as safe as possible for our athletes.
That's why the Greater Spokane League is being proactive.
You really can't prevent a concussion. Really, what we try to do is to make sure they have the best equipment, the best helmets, to really reduce the incidence of concussion.
Which is why GSL requires all of their athletes to be baseline tested before they even hit the field.
It objectifies a concussion so that we have some objective, concrete measure of a concussion.
The test is called Impact. It creates a baseline for the athletes. So if the athlete were to get a head injury, they could take the test, compare it to their baseline, and help determine if they do, in fact, have a concussion.
If it's a concussion, there's no structural injury to the brain. It's basically just a network problem. It's like hitting Control-Alt-Delete on your computer, and basically you lose your operating system and your programs and everything, and that has to rebuild.
That's why the test measures your cognitive efficiency by testing your memory, reaction time, and visual motor speed. This will show if the brain is injured or still needs time to heal from a previous injury.
What most people are concerned of is my son had a head injury, he gets another head injury, and he dies. Very uncommon. What's much more common is my son has a head injury, has another head injury, has another head injury, and now he can't remember where his car is in the parking lot.
If an athlete gets a concussion, they're unable to play until they pass the test.
It takes it out of the hands of the player, it takes it out of the hands of the coach, and it takes it out of the hands of the Little League parent that says, my son's fine. You know, I had 3 concussions and I went right back in. Well, we can't do that anymore.
And in order for a player to be completely ready to get back in the game, they have to be asymptomatic, and they also have to be cleared by a physician.